So, some movies can have really disappointing endings, which may not always ruin the movie, but it can really leave you with a bad taste in your mouth afterwards. So today I thought I'd just run through the 10 worst endings in movies that I've seen. And obviously this is going to involve spoilers because we're talking about endings, and there's going to be a few controversial picks in here, so let's get into it. At number 10 we have Apt Pupil. This film felt as though it was building to an amazing, shocking ending, but it was just a straight up anticlimax. It ends with Todd having kind of a typical teen tanty, and it's intercut with DeSander killing himself. Such a letdown to what, again, should have been a horrifying climax. Although I wasn't a huge fan of the ending of the book, the movie ending really makes the book ending seem far superior. Number 9 we have Halloween 4, The Revenge of Michael Myers. No. It's not Revenge, is it? Is it Return? Halloween, yeah. At number 9 we have Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, this just had a really dumb ending. Basically, it just has the 7-year-old protagonist turn into a psycho in the last scene and try murder her mum. It seemed as though it was setting up for some kind of a sequel, which it was, but in that sequel they retconned that choice anyway. Kind of. It's really hard to explain, and it just got super messy, and I just don't know why they even decided to make such a stupid choice if they weren't even going to go through with it completely. The fucking Thorn trilogy, man. I swear to God. At number 8 is Ouija. This whole movie is bad, and the end cuts to black with the whole "the killer might not actually be dead" thing. It's not like that exact cliche, but it's nothing more than the reskin of it, and it was just bad. Number 7. It's Scream. So, with this twist, the motives are explained, and the motives are made very, very clear because it's made for American people. And it just doesn't fit with the rest of the movie to me. I don't know why Billy and Stu were trying to kill Sydney if they were specifically waiting for Sid's mother's anniversary to kill her. Like, all those times when Ghostface was trying to kill Sydney throughout the movie, that was just, like, you know, they were trying to, like, you know, chase Sydney around but never actually get her. And then Dewey is revealed to be alive, and Gail makes a cringeworthy news report, and oh God, I just hate that movie. It's awful. At number 6 we have Saw. I might cop some shit for this one as well, but I hate the ending of Saw. I won't lie, the actual way the ending is handled is pretty good with, like, you know, the cool music and all that. It's like do 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 do. It's cool. But the twist itself is so stupid that it takes away from basically everything. I've gone over this ending in the past and why I hate it, but like I'm not going to repeat myself because it's just terrible. At number 5 we have The Invisible Man, the 2020 remake, or reboot more like. If this movie just had have gone down the same simple path that it felt like it was going to go down, it would have been a great movie. But the whole twist with the guy's brother actually being the killer was just like, I don't know, I just thought it was stupid. And then there was a stupid dinner scene where she goes and kills her actual ex-husband who, like, the movie makes it very unclear whether he was actually the Invisible Man or not. Like, I can't tell. Is that supposed to be a satisfying scene because the victim finally gets the revenge on her abusive husband that she's always wanted, and that he was stalking her in an invisible suit? Or did she just kind of, like, kill him because he was a bad husband and not because he was the Invisible Man, because the brother was the Invisible Man? It was just, it just gets messy when you think of it. It ruined the whole satisfaction of the thing. I just don't understand why they made that choice to make his brother the killer. And here's a tip to modern screenwriters. If you're making a movie or a TV show, please do not feel, for the love of God, the need to add a twist in. If your story is so bad that you think it needs a twist to make itself seem worthy Usual Suspects, then just can the whole thing completely, please. You're getting it from the very best. Number 4, The Dark Half. Let's just make this one short. A bunch of birds come in and eat the rotten pseudonym, and then they disintegrate into a Windows XP background. Yeah. Number 3 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, I love A Nightmare on Elm Street to absolute bits, but there is no way that I can deny that the ending to that movie isn't pure shit. Like, this was always going to be on the list. I think it's very well renowned as having one of the worst endings in horror movies. I find it to be a really hard ending to describe, to be honest, because, you know, I don't know what's going on. Like, Nancy stops looking at Freddy, she turns around, he becomes a bunch of blue CG dust. She walks out the front door and it's daytime, and her mum's alive and her mum stops drinking. And she gets into a car with Glenn, and then the convertible roof becomes Freddy's signature colours, and then a mannequin gets pulled through the front door of her house, and I don't remember what we were talking about because it's just a dumb ending. At number 2, we have It Follows. And this is another movie that I really liked. Obviously not anywhere near as much as Nightmare on Elm Street, but it was pretty good. It was pretty suspenseful, it had an intriguing plot. But the way they ended up defeating the It, or the entity, or whatever you want to call it, is just so dumb. They go to this pool and try to electrocute it, which that in itself isn't a bad idea, but this doesn't work because the only person that can see the entity is the one who's infected. And when the electrocuting, yeah, that's the one. When the electrocuting doesn't work, they start shooting guns into the water, almost hitting Jay in the process. And then the entity is supposed to be dead. So, yeah, this thing can be shot while underwater. And then we have a steamy scene with that stupid little creepy fucker. And sorry, but I just hate that ending. Instead of finding a logical way to defeat the entity, no, just shoot it while it's underwater, disguised as your dead dad, and read some more Dostoevsky of your shell clamper thing while eating super loudly, you stupid bitch. Fuck! This ending is horrible. At number 1, we have Jigsaw. I don't see what else could have been here. It's just a atrocious ending. I'm just going to go through a small list of problems here, okay? A major retcon of the motives of one of the most interesting and intricate killers in horror history. Check. A major plot hole regarding the multiple timelines as the technology from the 2010s seemingly exists in the 2000s in this movie. Check. The reveal of an extremely unlikely killer who supposedly existed before Hoffman, Amanda Young and Lawrence Gordon but were never mentioned in any of the other 7 movies. Check. A man in ICU literally being stolen from the hospital without not a single person noticing, and then John Kramer's grave gets dug up in plain sight and his body gets inserted in there. Check. There is just so much bullshit in this ending, and the last reason why this is number 1 is because this is the only ending on this list where the end ruins the whole film for me. Like, this horrible ending actually takes away my enjoyment from every other part of the movie because it's so bad. That's how bad this ending is. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.